Shimmy Shimmy Shay, you will listen to me talk about Project Hail Mary today. The trailer of this movie had me sold the first time I saw it, although it's mainly because Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's names were there. If you don't know who these guys are, they're the Lego Movie and the Spider-Verse guys, so of course I was intrigued. Also Ryan Gosling. Obviously. This is the kind of movie that we need more of. You know those movies that aren't good and people defend it by saying something dumb like, it doesn't matter, it's just meant to be fun. I'm talking about the Minecraft movie. But Project Hail Mary is actually really good. Believe it or not, a movie can be good and fun. Being a fun movie isn't an excuse to not try. What? The premise of this movie is nothing we haven't seen before. It's basically Interstellar meets Arrival. What makes this movie really fresh is that it's not only a cool sci-fi setup with drama and emotion, but it's really funny. Based on Lord and Miller's track record of script writing, that checks out. They're effectively able to balance the drama and the comedy and not have either one be too much or too little. I also really like the unique way in which this movie is structured. Half the movie is in the present, following Ryan Gosling's mission in space, and the other half is in the past, following the events leading up to Ryan Gosling going to space. Despite the fact that in the story these are different times, the way that the movie is put together, they kind of rise and fall as one. Just as we're getting to the climax of the space bit, we're back on Earth learning the last puzzle piece to the mystery, you know? I never felt like I wanted to be back in space when we went to Earth, or vice versa. They managed to make both storylines just as engaging. In space, it's really fun seeing Ryan Gosling bond with this goofy rock guy as they work together to save their planets. The way that they communicate despite not speaking the same language is really clever, and their interactions throughout the movie are really charming and funny. Fist my bump is such a great line. How do you come up with this stuff? And then all of a sudden you're on the edge of the seat, really invested in the well-being of this funny CGI rock dude, then emotionally torn to pieces not once but twice. I love Rocky. Rocky is my friend. How dare you put Rocky in danger, Lord and Miller, you hacks! It's also really neat to slowly piece together the events that led up to Ryan Gosling being in space, getting more of an idea of his character and his motivations. His relationship with that one lady who sings karaoke is quite good. Not as good as his friendship with Rocky, but literally what else is. It's also funny to see Ryan Gosling interact with all these serious government people and end up influencing them to be a little more silly. The script is really brought to life with the great direction and excellent visual effects. There's a lot of energy and creativity put into the camera work that you just don't see in quote-unquote crowd-pleasing movies like this. In space, the colors really pop. In some scenes, the frantic editing has a really childlike energy to it, like in a good way. You can feel Lord and Miller's voice through this in the way that it's directed, edited, and even lit. I felt a lot of similarities between this and the Lego Movie in the way that it just gives off that fun energy. It needs to be mentioned that the special effects are absolutely incredible. Everything that's CGI just looks so real that you forget you're watching a movie with a lot of CGI, which is great. But also there are some absolutely stunning scenes in space, just full of color and a large scope. It's very pleasing to the eye. Think 2001: A Space Odyssey meets Speed Racer. You know what? Those scenes also reminded me of the Lego Movie. Maybe that's just because I'm always thinking about the Lego Movie. Anyways, the scenes on Earth look different than the scenes in space, which is cool. They have kind of a bleak, foreboding look that reminded me a lot of Arrival. Having a slightly different look to these scenes not only helps distinguish what is past and what is present, but it gives a variety to what we're seeing. It's not like a huge visual change that shocks you every time it switches. It's just enough to signal to your brain, oh, we're in a different spot now. This is kind of an obvious statement, but Ryan Gosling is incredible in this movie. I mean, of course he is. He's bloody Ryan Gosling. Everyone loves Ryan Gosling. Boo! I hate Ryan Gosling. Boo! Well, except for Chad, but Chad is a loser with no friends. Chad, go to bed. You can't silence me forever. My voice will be heard! We know and will ignore it as much as possible. I'm going to bed now. Anyways, sorry about that. Ryan Gosling perfectly fits the role of a brilliant science teacher who's just all over the place, being really funny, but also feeling like a genuine human. He steals every scene, the whole movie, in fact. He's incredible. He's a good-looking dude. He's probably the reason that you showed up to the movie in the first place. But then there's that other lady, the one who sang karaoke. Sandra Hüller? I don't know how you pronounce that. It's like German. Sandra Hüller brings a quiet and mysterious presence to the movie to counter Ryan Gosling's franticness. Every time she's on screen, you feel a deep sadness behind her eyes. And then the best scene in the movie happens. Out of all the incredible looking, big emotional moments in the story, the most amazing scene that lifted my soul out of my body was a scene where she sings karaoke. Why in the dadgum that scene hit me so hard, I don't know, but it was magical. It was the hope of humanity in a dying world, reaching out from the ashes, reminding you of what good we're truly capable of. Or it was just like a good song. My only big problem with this movie is that it has way too many endings. You think that it's wrapping up, but then some more things happen, and you're like, oh, now it's going to end. But then it doesn't. It starts to drag a bit near the end because of that, but I don't think this is a huge issue because I really did like the way it finally ended, so I'll take it. This movie's a lot of fun. It looks great. The acting is great. It has an amazing karaoke scene. For all of this, I'm going to give this a very strong 8 out of 10. As of right now, it's my favorite movie of the year. I highly recommend. Tell me in the comments what you thought of this movie, how I can be better at making videos and reviewing, and state an outrageous opinion that will make everyone mad because people fighting will give me more engagement, meaning the algorithm will favor me more. So that seems like a good thing that I should say. Okay, goodbye.